Ed Gein, in full Edward Theodore Gein, also called the Butcher of Plainfield, born August 27, 1906, La Crosse, Wisconsin, U.S., died July 26, 1984, Madison, Wisconsin, American serial killer whose gruesome crimes gained worldwide notoriety and inspired numerous books and horror films. Gein endured a difficult childhood. His father was an alcoholic, and his mother was verbally abusive toward him. Gein nevertheless idolized her, a fact that apparently concerned his elder brother Henry, who occasionally confronted her in Gein's presence. In 1944, Henry died in mysterious circumstances during a fire near the family's farm in Plainfield. Although Gein reported his brother missing to the police, he was able to lead them directly to the burned body when they arrived. Despite bruises discovered on the victim's head, the death was ruled an accident. The death of Gein's mother in 1945 left him a virtual hermit. In subsequent years, Gein cordoned off the areas of the house that his mother had used most frequently, preserving them as something of a shrine. Gein attracted the attention of the police in 1957, when a hardware store owner named Bernice Wardens went missing. Gein had been seen with her shortly before her disappearance, and, when law enforcement officials visited his farm, they found her body. She had been fatally shot and decapitated. Subsequent examinations of his home showed that he had systematically robbed graves and collected body parts, which he used to make household items, clothing, and masks. Also discovered on the property was the head of Mary Hogan, a tavern operator who had disappeared in 1954. In 1958, Gein's House of Horrors was destroyed by fire, the origins of which remain unclear. Living alone, far from town, he began to sink into his obsessions. Ed filled his days by learning about Nazi medical experiments, studying human anatomy, consuming porn, though he never attempted to date any real-life women, and reading horror novels. He also began to indulge his sick fantasies, but it took a long time for anyone to realize it. Indeed, for a full decade, no one thought much about the Gein farm outside of town. Everything changed in November 1957 when a local hardware store owner named Bernice Wardens vanished, leaving nothing behind but bloodstains. Wardens, a 58-year-old widow, had last been seen at her store. Her last customer? None other than Ed Gein, who'd gone into the store to buy a gallon of antifreeze. Police went to Ed's farmhouse to investigate, and found themselves in the middle of a waking nightmare. As soon as investigators stepped into Ed Gein's house, they found Bernice Wardens in the kitchen. She was dead, decapitated, and hung by her ankles from the rafters. There were also countless bones, both whole and fragmented, skulls impaled on his bedposts, and bowls and kitchen utensils made from skulls. Worse than the bones, however, were the household items that Ed had made from human skin. Authorities found chairs upholstered in human skin, a wastebasket made of skin, leggings made from human leg skin, masks made from faces, a belt made of nipples, a pair of lips being used as a window shade drawstring, a corset made of a female torso, and a lampshade made from a human face. Along with the skin items, police found various dismembered body parts, including fingernails, 4 noses, and the genitals of 9 different women. They also found the remains of Mary Hogan, a tavern keeper who'd gone missing in 1954. Ed Gein readily admitted that he'd collected most of the remains from 3 local graveyards, which he'd started to visit 2 years after Augusta's death. He told police he'd gone to the graveyards in a daze, looking for bodies that he thought resembled his mother. Ed also explained why. He told authorities that he had wanted to create a woman's suit so that he could become his mother, and crawl into her skin. 10 years later, Ed was deemed fit to stand trial and was convicted of the murder of Bernice Wardens, but just of Bernice Wardens. He was never tried for Mary Hogan's murder because the state allegedly saw it as a waste of money. Ed was insane, they reasoned. He would spend the rest of his life in hospitals either way. But that raises a chilling question. How many people did Ed Gein kill? Until his death in 1984 at the age of 77, He only ever admitted to murdering Wardens and Hogan. The other bodies, and police found as many as 40 in his home, he claimed he'd robbed from graves.